Well, hello. I thought I would try to do a little recording of Dyson Sphere program, just so some of you guys can check it out. And I have kind of done a couple playthroughs, gotten to different points, and just kind of definitely am learning some things, and so thought I would share them in a video. Um, so I'm going to hit new game. This randomly generates, or you can put in a cluster if you seed that you would like. I just look to make sure there's kind of a balance of things. I'm going to keep it on 64 stars. One-time multiplier is fine. I have not yet had a node run out of resources, but not that it couldn't. There will be a rather annoying guy that's going to come through and try to talk to us at different times, and sometimes I'll probably talk over the top of him, and other times I may just let him talk.
I am your advisor and will help you through this mission.
That little green dot next to the blue planet out there is where we're going to end up. Kind of cool. Other than the starting planet, most of the other planets in the system seem to be randomly generated, which is kind of cool. The starting planet always starts you off with, you know, the standard resources: iron, copper, coal, stone. But there are other stars that we can travel, as you saw in the star map, but that comes very late in the game. This starting planet always seems to be covered with a lot of water, with small islands of places where you can build and everything. So they say just drive to the planet, but it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I can turn and all that kind of stuff, but once I get so close, it'll cut.
You are about to reach the designated planet.
There we go. I've lost control of it now. So, ooh, I like what I see as far as resources. So I want to go. No, go back there. Yeah, see, there's that little cut in the scene. Stone, iron. Oh man, not as nice a start. There's a little copper over there on the right. Some coal out there in the distance, which is great when you're getting started.
This is Ignis.
We'll let him talk.
Industrial network with powerful functionality. You can use the arrow keys or right-click on the destination to control its movement. In this mission, you will manipulate Ignis to travel beyond the stars and create miracles.
Okay.
Now try to recycle the space capsule. Right-click on it to recycle.
Okay,
we're use the same operation to collect resources, such as trees, gravel, etc.
We're gonna study electromagnetism here.
Right to give a series of commands. You receive several items after recycling the space capsule. Click the inventory button in the lower right corner of the screen to open the cabin to view them.
We're given enough when we recycle that to be able to do the basic first research, which is really kind of nice. It's going to open up a miner that we can build, which is going to be really handy in the early part of the game here.
You can hold down mouse middle button drag to rotate the angle of view, or slide the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
Okay, once we
created a mining machine to achieve ore collecting automation. Pick it up from the inventory, or select it on Gathering of Construction menu to build it.
So when you place one of these, you kind of want to get 6 nodes. The amount of nodes that you cover, it changes how fast the ores are gathered, like he just said.
By holding down the shift key.
Shift and R will rotate this, you know, at a different speed. But anyway, 6 seems to be the optimal number. The only problem is this water right here is not giving me foundation support, so I'm probably going to have to come to the other side And let's see, I want to move the map, I want to move up here just a little bit further. Alright. So, 1, 2, there we go. That's 6, but it's going to collide with me, I guess. Is that what it's colliding with? Not sure. Oh, there we go. There's 6.
One of your production facilities is not powered. You need to keep it within the power coverage area and supply it with power facilities in order to maintain its normal works.
Okay, so we'll put that wind turbine right there.
Wind turbine. You have established your first power grid. Not all power facilities has its power supply. Use the Tesla tower to extend the area of the power grid.
Alright. So in order to do this next research, we need some gears, we need some circuit boards, which require just a little bit of copper, which we got from recycling that. So hopefully we should get enough. There's already 50 iron in there, which is great because that will allow us to make the gears. We get 1 and they take 1 per second, so we'll queue this up to 10. Hit the button once and there we go. That's our 10 of those. We also need 10 circuit boards. This actually produces 2 circuit boards per, and yeah, we've got enough for 5. That'll be the 10 that we need for that. We'll grab another group of those, and then I thought I saw copper out here. There it is. It's up across the water. So we'll start making our way towards it. I wish it were closer. Definitely going to be a little bit inconvenient having it this far away, but that's alright. We'll survive. So, research is complete on that. That gives us these conveyor belts, the sorters, and as well storage units.
You have received the sorter and the conveyor belt, which can achieve full automation now. Use the conveyor belt to transport the piled up ores from the mining machine, and the sorter can deliver the ores from the conveyor belt to the smelter for automatic smelting.
Okay, so we want smelters next, and so that's why I'm researching that. I need copper in which to be able to do these circuit boards and the things that I need for the upgrade here. So we're just going to do some automatic harvesting using our mech. Now our mech is starting to run out of fuel or power, and so
energy is required in all mecha activities.
We'll add some of that.
The activities will be restricted. You can click the mecha panel button at the bottom right of the screen to open the mecha panel and resupply fuel to the fuel chamber.
Okay, we need 5 of those because they're ×2, and the same thing with this. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and so there we go. We had enough. I'm not going to keep doing that. I'll go ahead and clear out some of these trees so that way when the research gets done, we'll be able to place our miner and be able to start collecting some of this wonderful stuff here. Okay, so there we go. You can see the research is clicking down. I'm going to clear these messages here. Alright, so again, add some more fuel. You can see that down here, this is where the energy bar is at the bottom of the screen. These are not really super efficient. Coal is actually a little bit better in the early game, and so there's our research for smelting, which is super awesome. So we'll just gather just a little bit of this while we are now ready to, actually we need to go into here, the replicator. We'll go to buildings and we will get a mining machine. Actually we'll get 2 mining machines. We'll also queue up 2 smelters. I am also going to queue up 5 belts because I know that I'm going to need those, and I probably want at least 2 storage units to start off. So anyways, now we got some coal Like I said, coal is a whole lot more efficient. You can see it burns a lot longer than what the plant fuel, and it actually gives us more energy per unit, 2.7 megajoules versus this was only like 500 kilojoules. So anyways, yeah, it's just a lot better, more efficient. Alright, so we can pick this up from our inventory, again holding shift and hitting R, rotating it. There's 6 nodes. Now we're emptying out right back into all of these. I just figured out that we need a few of these, so we're going to hit this twice. And we'll have to unfortunately wait for a while because I've got all this other stuff queued up in front of it. So, but that's alright. We got, like I said, all these trees to have to clear out and everything anyways here. And it looks like we're going to have to run after some iron here pretty shortly anyways, but I'm really hoping to be able to kind of tie up everything I needed to do over here like this. We can get this other mining machine. Now with coal, I do not necessarily only go with 6 nodes, just mainly because of the fact that I don't end up using coal in any kind of manufacturing other than I will use it for some graphene and things later, but I just want it to gather as much coal as what it can. And so that is that part done. Now we just need some power. One cool part is like if I click on that, it'll sit there and say, oh no, there's none, you know, you need to do this in the replicator. And so if I double click that, then it will actually take me right to the replicator, so to craft one. Alright, so if I put the Tesla tower here, you can see how I can get it to actually cover both of those.
You have done building the first
and then from there I can, you know, place my wind turbines wherever I want. The wind turbine then connects to the Tesla tower, and the Tesla tower should be transferring power, but apparently not enough. That's it. There's not sufficient power out of one wind turbine to basically run both of those. These are affected. You cannot place them too close, so you really don't want them to overlap very much. So you tend to want to place them out a little ways. Alright, I would love to set up the smelters. I have the smelters already crafted, but unfortunately I am out of iron to be able to build all the conveyor belts and everything else, so we're going to go over to the iron first. If you go over water, you do not swim, you just fly with your mecha, but of course it does burn energy a little bit faster, so you kind of want to avoid doing too much of that. So just like Factorio and other games like this, one thing you want to do is not build yourself into a corner. And so, you know, your smelters and your assemblers and things like that, you really should try to place those, you know, further away, and not right up on top of the mining node and all of that. I'm just going to clear out some of these rocks. I prefer to clear this kind of stuff out because you can randomly get titanium ore just like I did there. Sometimes you can get silicon, which in the starter planet is like kind of really tough to get, and you need silicon to do like some of the solar panels and things like that. So anyways, I tend to mine all these little pieces of stone ore and stuff like that, but that's just me. Alright, so we've got iron ore, and then through production, through a smelter, we can turn these into iron plates, just like any other, you know, game of this type. We do have stone out here, so we don't, you know, I think building out this way is okay because then we can kind of turn and move it in that direction. But I'm not going to build right up next to there though. So I probably should, first of all, get more of these coming. And you can see that iron is not going very far. Thank goodness it tends to mine this pretty fast, 128.6 per minute. So yeah, it doesn't take very long for it to come back. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and extend this line. These conveyor belts are so stinking cool. They're three-dimensional. If I want to send a conveyor belt up and gain altitude, or height, I can. By hitting up arrows, down arrows will bring it back down to the ground. So you can actually, have conveyor belts that cross each other and all of that kind of stuff. You can see the little construction drones that came out of my mecha, as they went out there to place the things that I asked them to place. So now that we have the smelter, we need a sorter, and so that will send it in. I'm going to run the conveyor belt on the outside, and yeah, what he said about the sorters. And you can actually send sorters clear out to like 3, a distance of 3, but the further out they are, the longer it takes for them to get there. And so, the inside, I put the ore on the inside because it's going to take less time for it to transport the ore in, and I got to get the ore in faster than I need to get the plates out. So we'll put the out on the outside. I built quite a few of these, so I'm not a bit afraid to go ahead and just say we're going to place 2 of them to start off with. Wouldn't mind getting a couple more of those going real quick. Again, logistics. We're going to run this in, run another one out to there, and at this point now, hopefully my wind turbine is done. Okay, placing the wind turbine there. Looks like, yeah, because all the little dots are solid, and so it should power up the entire thing, plus not overlap over there. Now the last thing to do is select the recipe.
Please set the recipe you want. After selecting the recipe, you can use the less than key to copy the recipe, and the greater than key to paste the next building that needs to set the same recipe. After selecting the recipe, you can use the less than key to copy the recipe, and the greater than key to paste the next building that needs to set the same recipe.
Okay, so the flashing yellow, just is indicating there's just not enough power. Again, if I'm hitting this button, it tells me not enough items. Now if I double click it, it automatically opens this up, and then I can just start to queue up. And obviously we're going to need a bunch of power, and so we're going to go ahead and just queue up a bunch of those. Plates are accumulating inside of here, and I know at some point this iron plate line is going to continue out here for quite a ways, so I'm going to go ahead and just put it out here, and I am then going to put a storage at the very end to act as a buffer.
You built a storage, which can be used to store cargo. You can manually store or use the sorter to automatically stock the cargo.
Okay, now I need to, since I placed a sorter there, it needs power, so I'm going to go ahead, and I may need to move these later in case I put more smelters in there, but for now we needed more power to power all of this stuff anyways. So the other thing I'm going to do slowly over time here is try to connect the 2 power grids from the copper up there over to here, so that way we're making as much efficient use of the space as we can here. I guess I should have come over here actually and just use this iron instead of the other, but that's alright. I'm going to come back over here and grab some more iron plates while we can. Now, one thing that's happening right now is the fact that they're not going in fast enough, and so they're kind of piling up on the line, so they're backing up in the machine. So if I wanted to, again, I can end up placing additional ones, so that way it can hopefully keep up with the machines a little bit better. And so, there we go. Nice little stack of iron plates already going on. Research, let's go back to that. We're at the point where we're going to start seeing things that are going to require these blue research cubes, and we can unlock those by doing this one right here, the electromagnetic matrix. This one here, though, is actually where I want to go next. I want an assembler so that I can actually assemble some of these things like the circuit boards and things like that. So we're going to activate that one. We can queue up several technologies at once, and so we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see, we don't really need this yet. Not really 100% needing that. We are going to probably need this pretty soon. This one fairly soon. This one definitely. I like having the splitter. But for right now, what I'm actually going to do is, I don't want to unlock that. I'm going to go ahead and do this. This actually increases the power rating on my mech core. And so we'll do that, and then we'll go back here, we'll unlock this, and then hopefully we can get something going with that before we finish here. I'm going to go ahead and just grab those plates. That way hopefully I don't have to come back over here anytime real soon. I do want to queue up some more power. I'm probably going to run out of copper before, but that's alright. We're going to just keep running power again all the way over, just kind of, yeah, randomly placing them, but nonetheless. Now if you click on a tower, it shows you can see we've got 100% satisfaction. This is how much we're generating, or the capacity, this is the demand, and this is how much we're generating. And so, yeah, we're doing fine. Alright, like I said, I'm starting to run a little bit low on copper, so I'm going to grab that. I'm going to queue up the items I need to keep this research going. So here, I need 10 of those, so we'll hit that button once. I need 10 more of those, which is 5, and so I'll go ahead and queue that up to 5 and hit that once. And then that should get my research going on that. And then I also needed, I think, 10 of these plates, and so that should take care of that. Alright, while that's doing that, we're going to get ourselves a little copper smelting array going. We're going to send it down this direction, so that way we can start to kind of merge the resources down below here. We'll run that, and I do like this, how I don't have to use a sorter to actually pull it out of the mining. There's our assembler, which is more or less just about right on time, because we're going to need that to start doing research on that here shortly. Alright, grab some more of these little tiny stone nodes. And let's see, it looks like, yep, once again we're out of power, but that's okay because we have coal. And so we're going to come over here and grab coal out of there. I think for right now, just to kind of take care of, and because I'd like to get larger stacks so I don't have to keep running back and forth over here. We're just going to do the really simple thing, run this out, build a little storage unit, and send a little sorter, there we go, logistics, a little sorter right into there.
Click the planet thumbnail in the lower left corner of the screen, or press the M key to try the planet viewer.
Okay, and so all he was saying is that basically if we come down here and let's see which one. No, I guess, oh, we're doing that research yet. Okay, so we're still waiting on the plates. Alright, never mind that. Alright, so we got copper coming in, but I don't have power to the sorter at the end of it, so we'll just I like to run these along the water lines because typically I'm not going to be running things out in that direction like that. So alright, well, we've done a nice job of coming out a little ways from that, so we're going to go back here to production. We're going to grab the smelter. Just like with the other line, right now I don't really have an idea of how many I need, but again, with the way that I'm setting this up, it's kind of infinitely expandable. I can just continue to add smelters, you know. At some point, you know, this mining machine will not keep up, but hey, that's no big problem. Look, there's more nodes. I can drop another miner, merge that line in with this one, and we will have more copper to be able to go into these production facilities. So there we go. We'll run those in on that side. I think with this one, because I've got all these wind towers on the right hand side, I'm going to go ahead and just pull the copper off the other side. It really, in the end, it really doesn't make any difference, you know, which way I decide to do it. Oop, and then I forgot to put my coal in there, so I ran out of power completely. I'm going to go ahead and just put those in there and burn those up. But anyways, now they got that placed, I can do that. I do have a fair number of conveyor belts, so I'll go ahead and keep placing those. Now you can place, you know, if you really don't want to spend a lot of time, you know, clearing out all this vegetation and stuff, you can just place items and they will automatically remove the stuff as you go. But I don't know. I've always been one, I figure it's there, I'm going to use it for something maybe somewhere in the future, so might as well keep it. Alright, well, what happened? Why didn't we end up with copper plates? I know I queued the plates up. I thought I did anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we got, oh, I didn't set the recipe in there, so no copper plates can come out when I don't have the recipe set. Alright, awesome. You can actually remove things directly from belts if you click on that, and then as the item passes through here, and you can just click, you can see in the bottom, oh, kind of in the bottom left there, the number of items I now have of that item. Alright, so got that little bit of research done. Now we're going to do this matrix, and this is what's really going to send the research off. And so if we hit F, and we need 10 of these craft 2 at a time, so we will, oh, we're going to run out of iron before we get there. So before I run off, oh, no, I don't even have a storage thing built. Oh, no, I do have enough to produce one. I've got enough to produce 20 of them. I have enough to produce a few of those as well, and I must have some, so why can't I do, it must be the copper that's actually, oh, those are not coming from plates, those are coming directly from iron ore. Okay. So the magnetic rings are the issue there, which just means that I need to come over here and grab some ore out of that. Oops, sorry. Hitting all kinds of the wrong buttons here. Just queue up a bunch of each one of those. We'll need them eventually in the end at some point or another. Okay, so now we'll place our buffer storage down here. And we might as well go ahead and place multiple ones there. And again. Okay, so research matrices. Alright, so this is where we finally kind of have our first item that we need to manufacture in some kind of quantity. And so anyways, if we go out here, we hit F, we go to buildings. This is the matrix lab. We are going to need several of those. They take some glass, some rings, magnetic rings, and then you get the matrix lab. And then once we get one, we'll just kind of come over here to this little desert area and place one down for right now. So these
Matrix lab. You can use it to make super matrices or research technologies that require them to unlock. The super matrices are the source code of the center brain for maintaining the home world. You can upload as many super matrices to the center brain as possible. You can be benefited to unlock more actual world technologies by operating the home world simultaneously.
Alright, what he said, except for the one thing that they don't explain very well is that not only can you make the cube here, but you can also do research in these buildings, and I kind of missed this part. I came in here and just, selected this, and the next thing I know, okay, I'm making blue cubes, but I couldn't figure out where, okay, where do I do research? I kept having to craft these things in here, and then I'd end up doing the research out of my inventory. And so anyways, we're going to come in here. I'm going to try to find something that doesn't have, that's got 30. I don't really need water and things like that. I really don't need that right now. Okay, we'll go ahead and do this one, I guess, for now. I really probably should have done this one first, but any which ways. So this now takes a magnetic coil and a circuit board, and what's really cool is you can see what it takes to make a circuit board. We need 2 iron for 1 copper plate. Here we need the magnetic ring and a copper plate, so we need essentially items off of both of these lines now. We need the copper plates, and then over here we need not only these iron plates, but we are also going to we're going to need to make magnetic rings, which we can do in a couple different ways. The magnetic rings are also made inside smelters, and so we can get a couple of those going. Again, I do not like to, build myself into a corner. If I want more iron plates, I want to be able to do more iron plates, and so I think I am probably going to just come down here. I don't really want to build around, the stone there. Trying to just get an idea of where all of this if I had the splitter, then it would be easier to split this and then send some of it out here. I think what I'll do is I'll temporarily send the end of that line over here until I do get the splitter, So I'm going to go ahead and place 2 of these pretty much side by side. And then I'm going to send this out here. Like I said, this is all just temporary. This is, like I said, the really cool part. I can just send it right over the top of the other line like this, and then bring it back down, and then bring it over and run it alongside those buildings there. I can then hopefully add some more power right here so it's both of these powered up. Oops. Okay, they're still placing them. Alright. And now that I've got that, I can run this into there, that into there. And I already see a issue with the plates over there, but I'm kind of ignoring it right now. Okay, we're going to run these back out of this side here. Again, we're going to set our recipe to magnetic coils. And magnetic coils here. Alright, so iron ore in one side, magnetic coils out the other. So we are one step closer to getting there, those magnetic coils. We have the magnets, now we just need to make magnetic coils by combining those with copper. Well, alright, so again, not hard. Copper is right over there, so I think somewhere over in this area is where we'll take care of that. But anyways, one thing I'm noticing, and I'll just go ahead and point it out, you see the yellow, and the yellow is indicating that there's something wrong either with the supplies coming in, or like here it's got a max of items, so the sorters here are actually not bringing this stuff out fast enough. So I might have actually been better off to go the other way around, because there's doesn't seem to be an issue getting the iron ore in. I can fix it first of all, I could just ignore it. I mean, it really would not be hard to just ignore this because it's probably not really affecting much right now. Definitely something in the long run I want to, probably take care of. In the short term, if it's really bugging you and you want to take care of it, well then you can always place another sorter in the 3rd slot, and then there are 2 sorters bringing the finished products out. I'm not against it, it's just you're going to end up consuming more power, and right now I really am not using these plates up fast enough to worry about it. So for right now, that's on my choose to ignore list, basically. I have bigger fish to fry. I need assemblers because we need circuit boards, and we needed magnetic coils in order to make those blue matrices, and I want to make a ton of those matrices. So I think, alright, looking again at how I have in the room I got plenty of room. This is kind of nice to have this much room. We're going to go ahead and clear out a few trees here. So you can see that we're gathering some other materials as we do that. So again, it's part of the reason why I do clear out this stuff rather than just letting it get destroyed. Alright. 1, 2, 3. And let's see. Go big or go home, right? So 4. We'll put 4 of them down. And we will select the recipe. I think we will do our magnetic coils right here. We now need to we need to get these over here. We could lift them up over the top, which I am not at all against doing. At some point I can imagine that we might need to redo all this because of the fact that I probably will want to start to mine some of those resources out there. But yeah, that's somewhere in the future. Alright, in the meantime, I need to keep making more of these. I will eventually get that automated so I don't have to keep doing those in my inventory. But for now, alright, that brings them up high enough to get them over the top of that. And then from there, I'm going to bring them back down to there. I'm going to bring those in. I should probably look at this to see, and I think I have to, in order to do that, I have to look back here. Yeah, I need 2 of those magnets for every 1. So by having these on the inside, it's going to help to keep things balanced a little bit better. So now we're going to need more of these. We're just going to go ahead and start setting that up to 5. Alright, so there's 3. With this, I think I'm going to end up using a Tesla tower because I've got so much stuff to have to power in there. And the range on the Tesla tower is just so much greater. And so, alright, then we need these brought in next, and so we can bring these in right alongside those. And by now my Tesla towers should be done. So again, you can see how much bigger the radius is, and so by just placing one Tesla tower, it looks to be like there. You can see the circles turn solid with a white dot in there when they're connected, and so by placing it right there, it looks like it keeps everything powered. And so now we need logistics. We need those going in. Again, we're going to make those. Copy. And then I think, what was it he said? Yeah, the arrow key, just clicking on it and hitting the arrow key just basically automatically pastes that recipe in. Alright, now my issue is my storage is consuming or taking in all of the copper, and so a couple ways I can actually tee this right in, and then I can place a sorter to have it come out. And so I'll do that for now. Right now I only put 1, which I understand is probably not going to be anywhere close to taking care of the demand here. Alright, so it looks like this row should be able to be placed there, but it's right on the actual edge. So this, to come 1 row out, oh, and it looks like we're actually out again. So yeah, we're going to actually come out to here. So this will be our row coming out, and then bring these out like this. And of course, I don't have enough coverage on the power to keep that last one powered up, which is fine. We're probably going to need some more wind turbines anyways, so to get all of this powered, which we'll take a look and see. Right now we're still at 100% satisfaction. Okay, so why isn't this running? Well, that's because I need 1 more row of inserters bringing in the copper plates. And so send those in, and there we go. There's one of the 2 products that we need. in order to satisfy the matrix. Next thing we need are circuit boards, which again are 2 iron and 1 copper. Now, since I really want that right there. Can we cancel a research? Yes, by right-clicking on it. So now we just need 100 of those. Okay, so I think what I can do is we can run this out and over. And we need power. Okay, so we'll put that there. Put another one in between just to kind of help out with all the power demands. Alright. And now we need an inserter going in there. Alright. Super. Alright, I probably need more of these plates. Oh yeah, definitely ready for some of those plates. Alright, I am going to queue up a bunch of those. Probably need a few more of those, and I definitely know I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, at least 4, because we're going to try to match what we got there. We've got the plates here. I've got the copper over there. Again, my issue with the copper is the fact that I do not currently have a splitter, and so trying to split another row off here, which can be done because we could always run a row out the backside. With this coming out like that. And I really fully expect that this will not be nearly enough copper plate production, which for me is absolutely fine. We can, again, it's the way I've built that over there, it should be hopefully just about infinitely expandable. So, alright, so that I don't have to cross over this other line, I am going to run it around this iron. I fully expect that this is going to have to be redone at some point. Alright. I think I am going to be fine with going to there and then running the line right down here. And then here, running a line up, over, and again over to there. And again, I'm probably definitely know I'm going to need more of those. Probably going to need a couple more of those. Now we have these done. And I think I'm going to go ahead and place these just kind of over here. Now the other thing I could have done, and I'm beginning to see it now, and it's kind of stupid I didn't, I could have run the copper in between and then just pulled the copper off of both into both sides. So definitely something hindsight 2020, wouldn't be too hard. I could still probably do it. I just have to send the iron plates over here and then just pull the copper off of this line. Definitely doable as well, but I just enjoy playing these games. I am not necessarily a perfectionist when it comes to doing all that kind of stuff, and so I do like to try to keep things, you know, semi-efficient. Okay, now I'm just noticing I only had place 3, and I really do want to go ahead and place 4. And we'll go ahead and do our logistics. Okay, so we've got all of those. Now we just need the recipe for circuit boards. Copy that recipe. Click the building. Whoops, I didn't want to hit that button. Whoops. I hit the wrong button, so I don't know why it's not wanting to paste the, but any which ways, doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and place another wind turbine to take care of that last one. Alright, now we need an inserter over here, or sorry, I keep wanting to call him an inserter because of Factorio, a sorter. And then as well, we will continue our line of iron on down here. And then we will put our output line, oop, we're going to have to move that tower. Okay, Tesla tower should be fine right back there. Alright, again, output line running here. And tempted to run it on the same side, but I think it'd actually be a little bit better to run it on the other side. So, oh, we're out of power again, and so we're gonna do that for now, and then as well, I'm gonna run over here and grab a couple of things of coal. Because again, the coal is way much more efficient. It'll keep this energy filled up so much better. So 4 stacks of that, and then we can throw those in there, pull these out for now. Yeah, we will run on coal power. Well, anyways, I thought that I would get this, well, actually, no. I'll go ahead and finish this part. I know it's going to make for kind of a long video here, but we'll go ahead and get this finished up, because I got a couple really cool things to show you guys yet with this game. And so I want to make sure you get a chance to see some of these kind of pretty cool features this game has to offer versus some of the other iterations. I will say, you know, I am definitely impressed. This game feels so much more polished than I thought it would be. I have not had a single game crash, so it's extremely stable. You know, developers have already released several hot fixes and just things for what must be smaller bugs, because I just am not experiencing any kind of bugs whatsoever with the game. So I will say I'm definitely impressed with what they have. I will say, you know, I look forward to what this game has to offer, you know, as far as in the future. I hope, you know, that at some point we are having to, you know, maybe compete or battle with aliens or something, you know, because right now, you know, the only thing keeping you playing this game is just the building part. You're just building you know, you've got this huge technology tree, and you are just, you know, trying to unlock all of these technologies, and as you know, get one thing done, it of course unlocks something else, and so forth. So anyways, all right, let's get this these iron plates rolling. We just need some little power over here. All right, we'll throw that in, and then we'll queue up a oh, nope, we need some of those magnetic coils, huh? I think I know where I might be able to get a few of those. So pull some of these out of some of the buildings here. Alright, and oh, nope, I still need some more logistics yet. We need that iron actually going into the machines so that they can build those circuit boards. There we go. Alright, there are some of, there in fact is our very first circuit board that is coming off. And we are now in the business of making cubes in the matrix lab. What is really cool though in this game, guys, is the fact that buildings are, yeah, get this, isn't this awesome, stackable, and with more technologies I can continue to keep going vertical, but for right now I can stack 3 of these labs, and as long as I'm producing enough circuit boards and enough of the magnetic coils, well then this thing will, you know, just continue to make more and more. So anyway, so now that we have those done in there, again, this is the part that absolutely drove me crazy. I was like, okay, I have the cubes, now where do I research? Other than in my inventory, which was annoying to do it in my inventory. And so, because every time I had to keep running back over here to this building or grabbing it out of some storage. So anyways, so you can actually then just send him right back into another set of matrix labs. So I kind of want to keep this in line with the other ones, and I think I'll go ahead and build the third one, because usually I believe the ratios on these pretty well match. So I'm gonna need that, and I can just imagine the power consumption that's going to go on with having 6 matrix labs. I can already imagine that, yeah, this is going to get pegged out here pretty quickly. So anyways, I don't know why I did that. I'm going to run that back, and then I am going to run that right alongside the building instead. So hopefully it doesn't have as hard a time feeding these in. And I am not sure, but hopefully. Now, I also, one reason I like this little curve in here is the fact that it allows me to place a storage and build up a kind of a buffer. And so let me grab just a few of these off the line over there to build that storage unit. Alright, that should be plenty. And let's see, we already got enough inserters. Alright, so now I can place the storage right here on the corner like this, and then I can use the sorter, one coming in here and one going out there, and so it'll match unless there's a backup, and then it'll start to pile up in there. So that's my way of kind of doing that. It works for me. It may not work for you, but that's alright. We all have our ways of doing things. There's my third lab. We'll stack the third one up. Now it needs to know, what am I to do? And I'd say, dude, I want you to do research. Do research for me. And you can see the little yellow dots indicating that, okay, there's no cubes yet, but as they begin to feed in, they'll slowly kind of trickle their way up, and hopefully, there we go. So if I needed to, I could have added another sorter to add more, but right now looks like we're good to go. So I can see that I probably can get one, maybe two. I probably haven't done the best job in keeping this infinitely expandable right here, but it would not be hard to, you know, to move. I could put the research labs in another location here, and but nonetheless, I think I'm going to call that our first episode. I think it's pretty successful. We got some research going on. We're already halfway to that logistics, that wonderful splitter. And yep, there was the flash of yellow indicating that the power grid is being stressed to its max. And so definitely power in the early game is definitely, the struggle is real with it, and you just can't seem to place enough of these wind turbines to kind of meet the demand. So, but that'll be part of our challenge in the next episode. But anyways, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day.